So welcome to CorelDRAW 101. Today we are going to learn the basics of CorelDRAW. So what is CorelDRAW? This is design software. It's just the same, almost, but not the same as Adobe Photoshop. It's one of the most used in the design world. If you are to go into most print shops, you'll find out that they'll be using CorelDRAW to design and also to print. One of the advantages of CorelDRAW is that it is a vector-based design software. So I want you to keep in mind the word vector because it's going to be working a lot in our course. So the things about vectors is that they don't lose shape. Even if you are to print it on something that is 10 meters by 10 meters, even if you are to print a banner which is like a kilometer, as long as it's designed and it's a vector, it does not pixelate, right? So there's pixelating and then there's vector. So anyway, we'll go into another lesson, but for now let us just get familiarized with the interface of CorelDRAW. As you can see, this is the CorelDRAW interface, and usually here they must be a welcome screen, but then I think it's because I'm offline. Right, so I added some things that if I scroll, you can see on the screen that I scrolled. If I click the left, if I click right, you can see. If I press maybe space, you can see space. If I click another letter on my keyboard, you can see what I'm doing. So here you can create a new document. Ctrl N, that's one way to create a new document, or you can just come here to this plus. You click this plus, right? Then there it is, but I like using keyboard shortcut a lot. So if you say Ctrl N, this dialog comes out, and here let me remove what I'd written earlier on. We have the like layout area where we have the measurement of whatever you want to design. As you can see here, we have the LinkedIn banner. You can even see the measurement. So if you click it, you are given a document with the measurement of the LinkedIn banner. So whatever design that you want to do, you are given the measurements. So you can click there, or you can come here and you can manually edit. Let's say a customer comes and they say they want you to make a banner for them which is maybe in meters. You can even come here and you pick meters, and they tell you it's 1.8 meters wide by this in height by 0.8. then you click and there you go. So you can manually do that. Then here the first document measurement that you see is the CorelDRAW default. This is just the A4, the books that we have, the A4 default. Then if you want to make a flyer, let's say for digital content, you can work with the Instagram one. Yeah, if you want to post on Instagram Square, it works for Instagram and for Facebook. You click there. So when you click it, the measurements change here. You click Instagram story, you can see the measurements have changed. Profile, because they have different measurements. So we go for this one. Then you go for the document. You label it what you are. Maybe it's a customer. Let's say maybe the customer is Harare Freelancers. Right, so you're making a flyer for Harare Freelancers. It's always best to label your work. There you go. Then here, number of pages. So in your work area, you can put as many pages as you want. For example, let's say you're making a company profile. Company profiles, they can even go up to 20 pages. So you'll be just adding. I'll show you the pages when we get there. Then page view, you can view one page at a time, or you can view all the pages so that you just see the whole thing at the same time. So let's just keep it like that. Primary color, we have CMYK and RGB. CMYK is when you are designing for something that needs to be printed. So you click CMYK if you want to print it. Then if it's for digital, like what we're doing right now, you just click RGB. Then the measurements are already set. They're pixels. Yes, the orientation, we have portrait. I think if we move around, it will say portrait, and we have landscape. So it just depends, but a square does not have that because all sides are equal. Then resolution is a 96. That's low. You can keep it at 300. 300 is fair, but just know that you can even manually edit it if you want it to be 900. So this is just the quality, the zoom depth. If you keep on zooming into it, how far can you zoom in it without it losing its quality? That's what the resolution is. But for just a normal design, good size, good quality, 300 is okay. Then here we're okay, we press okay, then it loads our workspace. As you can see here, this is our workspace. As you can see, this is the square that we are given, but we are not limited to that square. As we can scroll out, you can see how wide the workbook can be. You can do a lot in CorelDRAW because you can even zoom in, like you can go further. So let's go back to our normal. Plus, another thing for beginners, zooming is a bit tricky for them. So the trick about zooming is just you move your mouse where you want to zoom in, then you just scroll in, right? You zoom out, so that's how you just go around. Wherever you place the mouse, that's where it goes, right? So the page thing that I was saying, if you go down here, you'll see that we have page 1, right? If I click here, we now have page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5. Right, then that's when we can then go for the multiple view if we want to see all the views at the same time, or we want to for here where we are just viewing it at once. But let me not rush too much. If your CorelDRAW, usually it won't start like this. It won't start with these panels here. Usually they won't be there. You actually have to add them. So let me remove these panels, all of them. Then we can start together. So usually there are no panels there, so those are called dockers. You go to window here, click window, then you scroll down to dockers, then you click the ones that you want. So there's this one which is called pages. So this page, it shows all the pages that you have. We have 5 pages. You come here, this is where you can change the multiple page view. Now you can see all your pages at once. You're designing that, you're designing that at the same time. But let's just stick to this normal one. So we have the page docker. Speaking of dockers as well, we have so many dockers. We have the properties docker. It shows the properties of the items that you have added. So you can click the properties docker. You can click also, for now I think as a start, let's work with the properties. Let's work with the object docker. It's very important. Then let's see the other docker that we can use. Transform is okay, but for now let's stop. Let's not use it. Okay, I think we can work with this one. Even the text docker, yeah, we can work with the text docker. It's fine. I usually, okay, let's keep it like that. So I quickly rushed into the pages and other dockers and stuff. Usually when somebody opens CorelDRAW for the first time, it's like for someone who is not a pilot getting into the cockpit and seeing so many things there. That's what, but this one is no way compared to the cockpit. It's not that complicated. So if you look at it, we have this side. This side is the toolbar area. This is where we do most of the work. This one is the pick tool. It's more like you have to use this a lot. It's like the hand. It's like your hand, your digital hand, where you lift objects, you place them there, you put, it's like you're gonna use other tools, but at the end of the day you're just gonna be going back to the pick. You use another tool, you go back to the pick. So it's very useful, the pick tool. Then we have the shape tool. We're gonna go into it another time, the shape tool. Then we have the crop tool. You want to crop an image. We have the zoom tool. So another thing, if you see a tool that has a letter in it, that letter, it's a quick reference thing, meaning that you don't even have to go there to click it. You just press the letter. For example, the zoom tool said you just press Z. So the moment you press Z, you can see that my cursor changed, right? It's now something that when I press, if I left, it's left, right? Left click, you are zooming in, right, you are zooming out. So this zoom tool, I don't usually use it because I just use the scroll up, scroll down, scroll up, scroll down. That's how I just zoom. So I barely use this one. Let's go back to the pick tool. Then we have this one. This is the freehand tool. We're going to talk about it. We have the painterly brush, we have the rectangle tool, we have the ellipse tool, we have the polygon tool, we have the text tool, we have the parallel dimension tool. Usually do not use these ones, as for me personally. We have the shadow tool, very useful. The transparency tool, yes. We have the color eyedropper tool, very useful. We have the smart fill tool as well, useful. So under the smart fill tool, usually there's gradient, but I switched it off. I switched off gradient because I know that when you want to go to gradient, you just click G, then you are going to gradient. So we are not only limited to this two, there's this plus button that you see here, add frequently used items or remove unused items. So usually this is like a quick reference place where the tools that you use the most, you keep them there. The ones that you barely use, you can just remove them. So here you get to see the whole list of all the tools. Those ones that are ticked, these are the tools that are already there. The pick tool, under the pick tool, they're freehand pick, free transform, so they're like in segment, you know. So yeah, all the way going down, all these tools, there are so many. Of the outline tool, we have, yes, so I think we're done with the left side. Let's go up there. Let's go to the up part. So up here we have file. Of course, this has to do with the work that we're doing. You create a new document, you create a new template, you open a recent file that you were working on, you close, you save. Yes, so as you can see, there are shortcuts. On new there's Ctrl N, on open there's Ctrl O, on save there's Ctrl S, save as there's Ctrl Shift S. So as for a person like me, I barely go to this place called file because I just know that once I'm done, I just press Ctrl S and it saves. For example, before we even start, let us save. Ctrl S, Ctrl S. The dialog comes, where do you want to save it? I go to desktop, I want to save it at desktop, then I click save, then my document is saved. Then you come here, there's edit, copy, paste, all these things. Like I said, I don't usually use these things, I use keyboard keys, and those are very useful in design. So you can see here, if you have made a mistake and you want to undo something, you click Ctrl Z. You want to redo something that you did undo, you click Ctrl Shift Z. You want to repeat, Ctrl R. You want to exit focus mode, Ctrl Shift Escape. You know, cut, Ctrl X. Copy, Ctrl C. Paste, Ctrl V. Paste in view, Ctrl Shift View. So there are different things, but we just usually use these keyboard shortcuts. The same thing as find and replace, you say Ctrl F, all these things. So these keys, I think for the first lesson, it's important that you know these things, but the best way to know them is through learning. That's practical way. That's how you know. Then there's view as view. So there are different views. I think it's just best to keep it here. Enhanced, it's okay. We have a full screen preview. It's like this, right? Then if you want to exit, you just click anywhere on the screen. Then we have multiple page view. That's the one that we had viewed at the Dockers page, where you see all the pages at once. So you can use it over there, or you can even use it here. So you're seeing that we have different same controls but in different areas. So we have multiple page view. We click it off. There are some other things, let's just ignore them. We have the layout. So layout is just the same. If you can see here, insert page, duplicate page, rename page, delete page, go to page, all these things. This is the same thing as we were doing here when we said add page. All those things, you can even click on a page and you tell, I want to rename this page, I want to insert a page. The same thing that you were just seeing up there. Duplicate, switch page orientation, all those things. And layout. Then we have objects. When we have objects, we're gonna go into this, of which we're gonna be working with a lot of objects, right? Then effects, we have the blur effects. We're gonna use a lot of blur effects and Gaussian blur, motion blur, you know, just adding that effect to your flyers. We have bitmaps, we're gonna talk about it later. Text, obviously design is going to work with a lot of text, right? So you have text, you have columns usually work when you're doing for magazines and stuff. We have table, we have, you know, tools, we have windows. This is where we have the Dockers and all the stuff. We have the workspace. So yeah, different. Let's just work with the default workspace, because here you can see there's a light workspace. This is like when you just want to have minimum controls of your CorelDRAW, but we'll go into that another time. So let us start with our lesson and see how it goes.